Okay. Good afternoon, board members. We are excited to present to you our 2021-2022 discretionary transfer and admission options for your review and approval. And I'm fortunate to have with me today to help present our student assignment specialist, Michelle Dodson. As you know, our current choice transfer window is open the month of January, and in February, our discretionary transfer window will open. And we have student assignment policies, 2 of them, matter of fact, that are relevant to our work today. Policy 4120, admission to the Orange County schools, and policy 4125, student assignment and transfers. Michelle, let's go ahead.
Just as a reminder or maybe new information, discretionary transfers are students that are domiciled within the area served by Orange County schools that are assigned to a school attendance zone, but have requested to transfer to a different school within the district. Discretionary transfers are only available for open or limited capacity schools. Open schools are schools that do not have significant capacity concerns. Limited capacity schools are schools that are approaching the specified capacity limit and are presumptively close to transfers. And closed schools are schools that are projected to exceed capacity limits during the next school year. Discretionary admissions are for out-of-district students. This is when a parent or guardian is seeking admission into Orange County schools for a student whose domicile is outside of the Orange County schools district. These students would apply for discretionary admission. In these cases, a tuition of $4,365 for the school year would apply unless that student qualifies for a waiver as listed in policy. There are several factors that impact transfer requests: school enrollment, whether a school is deemed by the board open, closed, or limited, and a list of priorities for placement.
And to guide our open and school closures and for transfer requests decisions, we we look at enrollment data as of November, this last November, and this is data that was submitted to the county. And as you may know, we do have a team that reviews our enrollment and capacity data to meet the Schools Adequate Public Facilities Ordinance, otherwise known as SAPFO. And this group consists of our representatives from the 2 school districts, along with county planning staff members of Carrboro, Chapel Hill, and Hillsborough. And so as you'll notice here that we do have a number of schools that are over capacity, as well as a number of schools that are under capacity, keeping in mind that this is not our typical year. And as far as enrollment, all of our schools are down this year except Eflin Cheeks, which is maintained about the same. So we're hoping that for the next school year, our enrollment for all of our schools will go back to more typical, and that our over and under capacity won't be so steep as it looks now. And just another quick sneak peek at what enrollment was at grade level as of November 13th. And this is the data that we will use as we take a look at what our further facility needs will be in the future with the SAPFO group.
So in determining closed school, these are the procedures set forth in policy 4125. As you remember from earlier in the presentation, closed schools are schools that are projected to exceed the specified capacity limit during the next school year. The administration does not have authority to grant any new requests for discretionary transfers to any closed school. And there, again, there is an order of priorities in policy 4125 that is applicable to designated open and limited capacity schools. However, there are several exceptions to closed schools. The first one being if a new student has a sibling already attending and will also be attending the following year. If the new student is applying to a choice school, and if this new student's parent or guardian is a full-time employee of that school or school in the attendance zone of the appropriate grade span. And these priorities, again, in policy 4125 in order, are first, current Orange County school students that are already in attendance at the school requested, who are in essence renewing their transfer under policy 4125.3. The second priority are current OCS students requesting reassignment to a school attended by a sibling, which would include step and foster siblings. Third priority are other current in-district Orange County school students requesting reassignment. And lastly, any other current out-of-district Orange County student requesting reassignment.
And as we know, there has been a class size reduction mandate, and we've been phasing that in over the years. And next school year will be our last year of this phase in. So due to this legislative class size mandate under House Bill 90, the district will not allow new K-3 transfer requests except for the following waivers. And these, similar to the exceptions to the closed procedures, students will be allowed to attend a school with a sibling already in attendance for next school year. And students will be allowed to enroll under a new transfer to a designated choice school, which are elementary schools are Central, Efland, and Hillsborough. And employees with a child in grade K-3 at the school where the employee, of course, works. And we do have our 2021-22 choice program options. And again, the window is open and families have till end of January to sign up. And our 4 choice schools are Central Elementary School with their engineering is elementary program, our Hillsborough Elementary, which is a year-round school, as you know, and Efland Cheeks, their choice theme of global studies, and then Cedar Ridge High School with their IB program. And all of these schools, they do have some limitations and restrictions based on the capacity that is available for each class.
And just an overview of important dates. So the important or the pertinent item right now is for January. We are again in our choice transfer application window that opened on January 1st, and the deadline to apply is January 31st. And looking into February, so the first 2 weeks of February, we expect to review those choice applications and notify families of acceptance or denial or wait list. And then on February 1st, our general discretionary transfer and admission application window opens with the deadline of February 28th. And again, in March, we would expect that applications would be processed, reviewed, and families notified within the first 2 weeks of March, but no later than April 1st.
And we should note too that we will be taking into consideration here that, again, this was not a typical year. And especially for our kindergarten class, there may have been a number of families that did not have their kindergartners start this year. And so we, are hoping that they will start this fall. And then, looking at what how our families will feel about their kindergartners that did choose to come to school, if they feel that they would like them to go on, or is there a preference that they repeat kindergarten. So these are things that we are taking into consideration before we review the school choice applications and send out acceptance notifications.
And one thing, Dr. Dawson, if I may, didn't make it into those slides was this past week, we were excited to have a parent academy on choice schools and presented to our families, and which went very well. And hopefully we will receive some applications as a result from that presentation.
That's correct, Mitchell. That's right. And our family liaisons, they were very helpful in reaching out to our families and providing that support. And you guys did do a great job. So thank you for that. And so, board members, we are requesting your approval of the following discretionary transfer recommendations for the next school year. And based upon our enrollment data and the capacity, not only of the building capacity, but also our staffing capacity, we're recommending that the open schools be Pathways Elementary for grades 4 and 5, and then, of course, all 3 of our middle schools, and then Orange High School, which they were previously closed due to some construction work. But as that will be finished before the start of next year, we would like to open that school up to discretionary transfers. And then closed right now due to capacities Cameron Park, New Hope, and K through 3 for Pathways, and Cedar Ridge High School. And if you see Grady Brown, and then with Cedar Ridge, with their new building construction, there may be some opportunities to increase the capacity, but again, we will have to revisit the staffing allotments. But as requests come in, we will review if there need to be any individual reviews of requests for transfer. So again, we are requesting your approval of these transfer recommendations. And to note, we are really excited as we start our strategic planning process that we will be reviewing all of our choice programs, our priorities, and how we are, making school choice and transfers available to our families in the future. So that is exciting work that we're looking to do as part of our strategic planning. But for next school year, we're requesting your approval of these transfer recommendations. Thank you so much.